I'm so scared of messing this up. So this is lunch today. The little one is having some leftover rice with leftover meatballs, some blueberries and cucumbers. I'm having this leftover stir fry with turkey, more leftover meatballs and rice. And then on the side we're having fresh garden cucumber and the rest of the blueberries from yesterday that never got eaten. So for dinner tonight, I am making this Instant Pot lazy lasagna. This is for a half batch, so this is what you need. I always add vegetables to it instead of just chopped onion. I always add mushrooms and peppers because that's what makes a lasagna taste really good to me. One thing I'm missing is the Italian seasoning. So on my next grocery shop, I'm going to make sure to grab some of that. I tried making some myself, and I'm missing 2 of the main ingredients. So not even like I can make it myself. So I've got my garlic, my mushroom. I did 5 mushrooms. I'm doing about a cup of frozen vegetables. So this is just carrots, celery, onion, peppers, a mix of red and green peppers. We're going to do this garlic onion sauce that I took out of the freezer and I popped it in the microwave on defrost. This ground turkey and then the rest of this lasagna. 2 cups of broken up lasagna is half a box. So I just always have half a box or a full box on hand, and I know to just separate the noodles in half, and there you go. That's what I do. So I will bring you guys through the process of making this. Okay, just a little correction. The half of a box of 500-gram lasagna noodle is only for a full batch. For a half batch, it's a quarter of a box. So I'm so sorry about that. I'm happy that I measured it out without like just going off of memory. I haven't done this recipe in well over a year, and I was looking in my freezer, just trying to use things up. This is a recipe that we used to absolutely adore, and I don't know why we stopped using it. We just did. So, correction, don't follow the initial guidelines that I had said. Go along and measure it out, but normally a quarter cup. And I mean, if you buy a smaller box, I mean, I've seen lasagna boxes go between 375 grams to 500 grams. If you have a large box, it is a quarter of a box. If you have a smaller box, go ahead and measure it out. It'll be about 2/3 of the box. So sorry about that. So sorry. I went ahead and put my Instant Pot on saute mode, added in my olive oil and my ground turkey, salt and pepper to taste. And when your meat starts turning that brown color, but with a slight pink color to it, you add in your vegetables and keep sauteing until your meat is fully cooked. Once your meat is cooked, you go ahead and layer in your sauce. Don't mix it in. Just layer it in and then measure out your noodles. At this point, you're going to turn off your saute mode. And then once you have your noodles measured out, layer those as well. Do not mix this recipe at any time after you're done sauteing. The whole point of it is to layer and let it do its thing. Then you add in your water and pressure cook for 4 minutes. Okay, truthfully, this has been on keep warm for about 4 minutes. I'm going to cancel that. And we're just going to keep this on keep warm, like we're going to keep it under pressure, I should say, till my husband gets here in a couple minutes. So I'll be back when he's back. Freeze it. we have another. I had not seen that one. Ah, why are they spiky? I don't get that. Woo! You okay? We're gonna pick this one because we're out of cucumbers in the house. And we're gonna pick this one. This guy's ready. Oh, of course. Ready, finally. And then this guy, I'm gonna pick it right now. I don't want them getting too big on me. There you go. Should I pick the tomato? I'm picking it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Oh! Our first little tomato. Bye, Musho. Musho. Well, that's not bad at all. Considering that we just came and picked a lot yesterday from the garden, this is what we got today. On day 4, I was about to make breakfast and realized that we didn't have any brown sugar on hand, so I just made some up real quick using some molasses and white sugar. And I just eyeball those measurements every time and it works out. I used that brown sugar to make up some quick oats with brown sugar and cinnamon. And then I cut up some fruit for us. I just had 2 nectarines, which I didn't even end up finishing, and an orange which had an off taste to it, so I had a little bit of it but not all of it. But that granola bar was still quite nice. That granola bar had sunflower seeds, hemp seeds, peanut butter, and oatmeal, along with some cornflake cereal. And as soon as her oatmeal was ready, I placed it on a thin layer and added some salted butter, just because I realized that I forgot to add a fat to this and a salty element to balance out the sweetness. And that was all of it. I love starting the morning with just simple meals sometimes. Of course, I love cooking, so I like making more elaborate meals. But sometimes all you need is a good bowl of oatmeal or granola and some fruit, and you're good to go. Now, while it was nap time, I went ahead and prepped the brownie mixture that I was going to make along with dinner that night. And I figured while I was making one, I might as well make three. And then that way I have two for other nights where I decide that we want or need a dessert. I got this recipe off of Pinterest. I don't even remember the name. I'll make sure to link the link in the description box. But it is really easy to get done. And if you already have all the ingredients out and you have mason jars that can hold this amount of ingredients, go for it. Truthfully, so nice, so easy. And I'm happy that now I have two desserts for maybe next week or the week after that are just waiting in my pantry, and I didn't have to pay $3 for a box of this. Really easy and truthfully quite convenient. Now, I did this the day of, but I highly advise that if you're doing this, do it the night before and pop it in the fridge. I did this really early in the morning thinking I'd have enough time, and I did not. My fish was still a little frozen when I went to go cook it, so it took a lot longer to cook it, but it's okay. It worked out. It was still nice. It's just I would do it the night before. I'm so scared of messing this up. Okay, we've never made cod before. I don't even think I've ever tried it, to be very honest. I have no idea. But I went on good old Google and saw if I could make salsa cod, if that would make any sense. And apparently it does. So salsa cod, and my husband asked for onion soup rice. And I'm going to bake up the brownies at the same time as the cod. So I've got the oven preheating at 350. And I'm literally just going to put this on that, cover this, put it in there, make up the brownies, which my cousin told me I should add zucchini to my brownies. So we're going to try that. I'm trusting her on this. She says it's the best brownies she's ever made. Hello, pumpkin. 1 minute. So you add in all of your wet ingredients into your dry brownie mix. You can even use a box brownie mix. And then I had shredded up a half of a zucchini because that's what my cousin said that she did. But I could truthfully go with a whole zucchini and get away with it with my family, I think. And then just bake it. The whole point of this pantry challenge is to use up the little odds and ends, and that's exactly what I did. I used up some basmati, some cal rose, and then topped up with some long grain white rice. It felt like a crime, but it worked. It was fine. Nobody noticed. I think the fact that it wasn't just plain white rice also took away from people noticing the individual grains of rice being different shapes and sizes. And I added a little less water than I normally do because the cal rose rice needs less water. And for our vegetable side, I finally finished up the last of my mushrooms that I got for 94 cents. We actually ate 4 containers of mushrooms in under 2 weeks. I am so surprised. I am honestly baffled. Not a single mushroom went to waste, which is amazing. But we paired those up with a little bit of garlic, some garden peas and green beans, and the rest of that zucchini that I had put in my brownies. After that was done, I made up a quick juice packet that we had in the cupboard. Now, would I make this again? Yes, I do believe I would, but only in the case where I have a jar of salsa that needs to be used up because it's already been open for a couple of days. I don't believe that I would go ahead and open a jar of salsa for this. It was good, but it wasn't fantastic. And considering that a jar of salsa in my area, it varies between $4 to $5. I'm not going to use an expensive ingredient like that to be a sauce, to just be acting as a sauce ingredient rather than a main ingredient. So I'd much rather eat my salsa with my chips, but in a case like this worked out great and we reduced our waste. So everyone's happy. And my daughter actually had more than one serving of this, which is completely new. She refused to try the fish, but she did have quite a bit of the rice, which I was very happy with. And she actually played with her vegetables, which is a good sign. She put them towards her mouth, but never actually in her mouth. But it's okay. It's part of the process, and she'll get there. If you made it this far, I thank you, and I'll see you next time.